Chapter 6, Lesson 5, Algebra Properties. Our content target is students who understand that properties are useful in solving algebraic expressions. Our language target students will demonstrate this understanding by comparing expressions and solving problems using the commutative, associative, and identity properties. So let's get into those properties. Commutative property. This is the order in which two numbers are added or multiplied does not change the sum or product. I repeat, in the order in which two numbers are added and multiplied does not change their sum or product. So in other words, if I add 2 plus 3, it is the same as 3 plus 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 equals 5. If I multiply 2 times 3 and 3 times 2, we know that 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 and 6 are equal. So it doesn't matter the order, the change does not change the sum or the product. The associative property is the way in which three numbers are grouped when they are added or multiplied does not change the value of the sum or product. Again, does not change their sum or product. An example of this would be 3 plus the quantity of 9 plus 4 equals the quantity of 3 plus 9 plus 4. So remember our PEMDAS, our order of operations. We want to make sure we do our parentheses first. So 9 plus 4 is 13, and 13 plus 3 is 16. 9 plus 3 is 12, plus 4 is 16. So notice that both of those numbers are the same. Even if we multiply 8 times the quantity of 5 times 7 equals the quantity of 8 times 5 times 7. So when we multiply these, 8 times 5 is 40. 40 times 7 is 280. 5 times 7 is 35. And 35 times 8 is 280. Notice that it doesn't matter which way they are grouped. The sum and products are the same. The last of the groups or properties is called the identity property. The sum of an addend and 0 is the addend, and the product of a factor and 1 is the factor. And this property simply means that when a number is added to 0, it is always that number. 13 plus 0 is 13. 9 plus 0 is 9. Same as when we multiply, we find the product. 13 times 1 equals 13, and 9 times 1 equals 9. So notice that when you are multiplying by 1, you get that same factor. When you're adding 0, you still get that same number. Properties are statements that are true for any number. The expressions 6 times 10 and 10 times 6 are called equivalent expressions because they have the same value. This illustrates the commutative property. So here we're going to determine whether the two expressions are equivalent. If so, tell what property is applied. If not, explain why. So when I look at these two here, again, we want to focus on our PEMDAS. our order of operations. So we're going to take parentheses first. 5 plus 8 is 13, plus 15 is 28. Over here we have 15 plus 5, which is 20, and 20 plus 8 is 28. Are 28 and 28 equal? Yes, they are equal. So since they are, what property is being applied? Because our numbers are grouped, that would be the associative. We look at example 2. The quantity of 20 minus 12 minus 3, and 20 minus the quantity of 12 minus 3. So again, we do our parentheses first. 20 minus 12 is 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. And 12 minus 3 is 9. So 20 minus 9 is 11. Is 5 equal to 11? No. So 5 does not equal 11. And you have to explain why, and that's our explanation. You can also use, if you show your work, the showing of your work as well. Number 3, 34 plus 0 and 34. So 34 plus 0 is 34, and 34 is its own number. Is 34 and 34 equal? Yes. Again, we have to decide what property that is because we're adding 0. That's the identity property. Anytime you add 0 or multiply by 1, you're looking at the identity property. Here I have 20 divided by 5 and 5 divided by 20. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 5 divided by 20 . 5 divided by 20 would be 5/20ths, or 1/4. Does 4 equal 1/4? No, not equal. Let's try letter A. 5 times the quantity of 6 times 3, and the quantity of 5 times 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 5 is 40. 4 plus 5 is 9. 5 times 6 is 30. 30 times 3 is 90. Is 90 equal to 90? Yes. And what property would that be? Again, because we're grouping numbers, that's the associative. Letter B. I want you to do this on your own. Please pause the video and try this first. Letter B, we have 27 divided by 3, which is 9. 3 divided by 27 would equal 1/9. Is 9 equal to 1/9? No, they are not equal. Again, please make sure that you use your order of operations. Use PEMDAS when exploring your properties.